G'day YouTube. It's taken a while to get this video edited and uploaded, but it's here at last. This is the installation of my Raymarine Axiom Pro. Now the whole job's pretty simple really, but a couple of tricks to it, so I do hope you get something out of this video. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, that goes all the way through. Nice long bolts they gave us. These two holes came in over a reinforcing wood. There we go, that will fit there quite nicely. Just seal the holes against moisture so that protect the ends of the fiberglass that have been exposed when I drill through it. Way overkill there, but it's always hard to get just the right amount of this stuff out of the tube. At least I find it so. Raymarine give us nylock nuts and some washers. I'll just duck down below and put them on. And it's a bit dark in here, but because of the reinforcing there's not much of the screw sticking through, but I'm going to cut that off anyway, because if you do scrape your back on it, it's going to be mighty uncomfortable. I think it's also going to be in the way of this. I just noticed that. I might have to take them out and seal the bottom of the hole and put a wood screw in there. These two are hanging down a long way and they'll take a big gouge out of your back if you hit that, so I'm going to cut them off now. The existing transducer's on the right hand side and it sits out about the same amount, same distance as I want to put the new one. Exactly the same. I'm going to put the new one on this left hand side. I've measured where this goes through the hole and I've checked it on the inside, so it's the same on both sides. Got a little mark just there. I'm going to punch through the hole in order to feed the plug through the wire from the transducer. So get to with the drill. I really hate putting holes in my baits. Not my favourite thing at all, but has to be done sometimes. Woo! She's sick. Got part of it. You can see a hole through, the drill's poked through. I need to get the plug out of here before I can drill any more. That's it so far. That's a good ½ inch of fiberglass and 3/8 of an inch of ply so far. That's taken it all the way through. That is 2 finger joints thick at transom up to there. And of course I'm going to fill that with polyurethane cement. For those of you that are interested in just how well a baseboard is put together, this is a piece out of the transom, 40mm all up. There's 10mm of fiberglass on the inside, 15mm of ply by the looks of it, and that leaves 15mm of fiberglass on the outside of the transom. Might be 16mm of ply, yeah, 16mm of ply and 14mm of glass on the outside of the transom. That is one solid piece of work. Just getting all the transducer gear out of the box now. That's the pin that holds the transducer onto the bracket. That's a cover to go over where the cable feeds into the bait. We've got a bracket for putting the transducer onto the stern saver. or onto the back of the boat if you haven't got a stern saver. We've got some locking rings to go on the end that attaches to the MFD, I guess. I am not sure what the rest of that is. One of them certainly a locking ring, I'm not sure about the other two. And we've got some tie downs, whatever you call them, for attaching the cable to the back of the boat where it comes up. And some screws for putting it all together. Now I'm guessing the 3 screws are for the transducer and these others are for these cable ties. And then of course we've got the transducer itself fitted to its cable. I'll start getting that all together ready to go into the boat, and I'll mount a camera where we can see what's happening. Using a bit of acetone to clean out this hole, where I hole sawed through it. It's all full of dust. So you want the glue to get a good grip onto it. Need to take the dust out, and acetone is about the best thing for that because it will dry without leaving any residue. Now the next thing to do is to feed this transducer lead through, and my assistant is going to climb up into the boat and help me. I'm afraid it's in right at the back here, underneath and top of the battery, so you've got to look right in. Can you see the hole? Okay, you see the... Oh, good. Just slowly take that through. Keep going. More yet. That'll about do it, thank you. Now just to position this, straight edge right along the bottom of the boat, level with the join line along the transducer, and that positions it vertically. I want a hole there and there. I just mentioned when you put the bolt in to help you locate it, this bolt's got a nylock nut in it. If you can see, and there's a bit of nylon at the end of it that locks it on from coming undone. Don't ever screw the bolt past that nylock while you're testing. Just in that far, and just until you feel the first bit of resistance against it where it hits the nylon, because that nylock nut's only intended to be used once. Once you put it on, take it off, the locking is degraded after that and shouldn't be used again, should replace the whole nut. Just looking at this again, I marked that in about the centre of the adjustment range so I can go down a bit or up a bit. I think I'm going to mark it again slightly below that, because chances of me wanting to go down are more than the chances of me wanting to go up. I've got 3 screws to mount this with, and I'm only going to use 2 at the moment, because you need to do your sea trials before you do the last one. Tighten them, not overly tight, just enough to make sure it's not going to move while I finish positioning it. I haven't used this starboard, that's what it is made out of, the stern saver starboard. I haven't used that before, so I don't want to put too much strain on it and risk tearing the thread through it. Well, it's time to tighten this up now. Just tighten it up to the point where it's not going to move while I adjust it. That's about where I want it to be. Nice and level. Some blokes say to put it down a little bit at the back. I'm going to try it level first to see how it records. That's got him mounted nice and solid. Get some Sikaflex and put these other things on, and that part of it's done. I've got that hole all plugged up with Sikaflex, and I put some on the holes where this is going to be screwed in. So that's it on there now. That's quite firm on there. I put one tie to hold the cable in place. It's not got very far to go. I think that's all it needs, and I put the cover on. I filled the hole up with Sikaflex. It's going to seal the fiberglass up in the ply. There's no moisture going to get in there at all. That's the inside of the hole where the transducer cable comes through the transom. It's been filled up with Sikaflex, as you saw on the video earlier, and the inside of it's nicely come out. I just took the masking tape off Got a little bit of a blob came through with masking tape, wasn't quite stuck on well, but none got anywhere that it shouldn't have, and it is definitely nicely sealed. Now, because I don't have an EMEA 0183 connection that I need to connect this to at the moment, and I hate the idea of having exposed wires just hanging loose, for the moment I'm just going to put them in this duct tape, stuck down so that the wires are nicely separated in one contact, and it can stay there until I need it. That will keep it all safe. I actually have to say that I'm very surprised that Raymarine just ships it exposed like that without any sort of termination on it. Maybe the EMEA 0183 has so many different sorts of plugs that they can't terminate it and have the right plug on it, but I would have thought that was unlikely as well. Totally unfamiliar with the EMEA standard 0183 at least, so I don't know how they're sorted for plugs and such. I've connected the GPS into this fuse panel here. Now the GPS has its own fuse there, but I'm putting it into this fuse panel. Doesn't hurt to have two fuses in line, and the reason I want this one in here is that this fuse panel has a light on to alert me if there's a blown fuse. The 15 amp fuse in both of them, if either one of them blows, that light will go off. Little LED, so it's not going to burn any power to speak of, and it will make troubleshooting a lot easier.
As you can see, I've screwed a block of wood in there and screwed the new fuse box onto that so I don't have to go through the fiberglass. This was the original fuse block that I had in there. It fitted in there, and it fitted in there quite well, so I thought, until I went to put the cover back on, and it stuck out too far to fit the cover on. So I had to throw that out and get the smaller fuse block. Hopefully I won't need any more than 6 fuses. I know I need 5. Whether I need any more than that is another matter. So fingers crossed that 6 will be enough. Otherwise I'm going to have to try and find somewhere else to mount one, and I'm not sure what my options are there. Never ever work with your wires hanging loose like this unless you got your battery disconnected or the isolator switch off, so that there's absolutely no power in here, because it's so easy to just knock them together and have a short circuit, which in the worst case could cause a fire. Got him all wired up, tested him out, works well. I got the GPS and the interior lights on it so far. Now just a few words about choosing your sounder. What I did first of all was I selected the feature set that I had to have in the sounder. Then I selected the models from each of the manufacturers that had that feature set. Then I looked at the screen size and I chose the biggest screen size I could possibly afford. Then I weeded out the ones that were too expensive. I really believe the big screen size is worth it. With the 12-inch screen, I run 4 windows at once, 3 sounder windows and 1 chart window when I'm starting to look for the fish. The chart window gives me the bottom contours so I can look for ledges and hills and things, and then the fish finder confirms that they're there and shows me where the fish are, of course. The Raymarine unit also offers a number of apps that I hope to make use of in the future. We'll get to them eventually. And that's it for this video. Thanks for taking the time to watch it. Hope you did get something out of it. If you'd like to see more of my videos, you can go to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the like button if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. And if you subscribe, don't forget to click that notification bell so you get notified when I upload something. Until next time, good fishing.